New York prosecutors are weighing whether to charge former President Donald Trump with falsifying business records in connection to hush money payments that were made to an adult film star, Stormy Daniels. Plus, we're learning new details about a man who went missing in Grant County and was later found dead with the autopsy results discovered. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for joining us. Are you tired of the snow yet? Well, more could be on the way. Let's head to the Weather Center where meteorologist Greg Barnard has a look at your first warn forecast. Got to shovel this one first.
Yeah, well, the good thing is it's as melting and compressing right now, but we do have more snow. That's why we have another alert day going on for tomorrow night and to Sunday morning for, once again, 2 to 4 inches. Not quite what we saw with this previous system, but still, it'll impact travel plans, so that's to keep in mind of. And the more higher amounts probably further north. Overall, you see right now the actual winter storm watches and blizzard warnings actually further north. That's part of the system. We'll probably see more expansion of some of these weather bulletins further north here later today, but it is going to be quite a oppressive system if you have any travel plans up to northern Minnesota or the Dakotas through this weekend. Overall snow amounts right now, like I said, less and higher as you go further north. We'll probably right be on that 3 to 4 maybe inch range in Madison, lesser to the south, but once you go further north up to north of La Crosse, 6 to 9 or even more than that too. Once again, it could be a significant event up there. Really, as you track through this, you see this system kind of come through. It's going to kind of split but go through fairly quickly. One wave kind of Saturday night through Sunday, and then we could have some wraparound come through Sunday too. So that's a system that we're watching with the snow. So up ahead, we'll kind of break down the timing of when to expect it, if we see any significant or heavy snow, and obviously we have moved the clock forward weekend too, so we'll update you on that.
Lots going on.
Lots.
All right, Greg, thank you. The Madison Streets Division is asking drivers not to park on the street if possible as they continue to clean up yesterday's snowfall. Crews treated salt routes through Thursday, that is, but they say there are some main roads and residential areas that are still slippery. They begin plowing around 7 o'clock this morning, and it could take them a few more hours to finish. Another note today, trash and recycling pickup will continue as scheduled, but drop-off sites are closed. They will remain open. They'll reopen, that is, on Monday. Stay up to date on the weather in your area on our First Warn Forecast weather app. It has hourly forecasts, school closings, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. Breaking this afternoon, Madison police say a man wanted in connection to a deadly shooting on the city's north side has been arrested. 30-year-old Charvis Blue is charged with first-degree intentional homicide as a party to a crime. The shooting happened last July. 18-year-old LaRon Bynum of Milwaukee was found shot to death inside a stolen car. Blue was arrested in Milwaukee with the help of U.S. Marshals. 2 others have also been arrested in the case. Also breaking, an autopsy report shows the missing man who was found dead in Grant County earlier this week showed no signs of trauma. 34-year-old Ronald Henry had been missing since last December. His body was found in the Platteville area on Sunday. While the cause of Henry's death remains inconclusive, the Grant County Sheriff's Office says there are no signs of trauma. Also new, Iowa County authorities have identified a woman who died from a shooting in January. The woman, 35-year-old Nicole Bleisner of Spring Green. Prosecutors later charged 34-year-old Timothy Sontick with the intoxicated use of a firearm. He claimed the gun went off accidentally the night of the shooting. Sontick will be back in court on May 24th. Former President Donald Trump lashed out again at New York prosecutors who are investigating an alleged hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels and whether it was classified as a legal expense during his 2016 presidential campaign. Ed O'Keefe has the details from Washington.
The Manhattan District Attorney may be closing in on Donald Trump, marking what could be the first time a former American president is charged with a crime. As first reported by the New York Times, Trump has been given the option to testify as soon as next week before the grand jury. It's investigating business records involving a $130,000 payment made to adult film star Stormy Daniels just days before the 2016 election. Daniels has claimed she had an affair with Trump, something he denies. The offer to testify likely means criminal charges could be on the way because New York state law requires potential defendants be given that option. Trump is likely to decline the offer. Since January, several people close to the former president have met with Manhattan prosecutors, including his former senior counselor Kellyanne Conway, former communications director Hope Hicks, and his former attorney Michael Cohen, who's at the center of the alleged payments to Daniels. And this may not be the only legal challenge Trump faces. A Georgia grand jury recently recommended several indictments, according to the foreperson, as prosecutors there consider charges in the possible interference in the 2020 election. And of course, the Justice Department has ongoing federal investigations as well. Trump has said all 3 probes are politically motivated, and he denies wrongdoing, telling reporters last week that even if he's indicted, he plans to continue his run for president. Ed O'Keefe, CBS News, Washington.
Visa, MasterCard, and Discover will pause a plan to implement a new merchant category code for the nation's gun retailers. Some financial companies explored the possibility of tracking gun sales through their payment systems in the wake of mass shootings. Advocates argue this would help track suspicious transactions of firearms and ammunition and could help flag potential mass shooters and gun traffickers. But GOP officials said adopting a new sales code for gun stores would harm the constitutional rights of gun owners and potentially violate consumer protection and antitrust laws. Well, March 11th marks 3 years since the World Health Organization declared the COVID-19 outbreak a pandemic. And there are still many unknowns about the long-term effects on our health. Right now, doctors in San Diego are investigating what appears to be an increase in a debilitating condition called POTS after COVID, which usually affects women. The disorder of the autoimmune nervous system causes symptoms when a person goes from a seated or lying position to standing.
A lot of people are dismissed as having anxiety or a psychological disorder because people are not aware of POTS. We have known for many years that POTS can occur after various viral illnesses.
Estimates suggest around 1 million people have developed the condition after COVID. Treatment includes a combination of lifestyle strategies and medication. Healthcare officials say they are seeing twice as many people testing positive for strep throat compared to this time last year. Strep throat is normally passed by close contact with another person, and it's most common with children and parents. Strep usually comes with a fever, and if untreated, it can develop into more serious health concerns. Doctors say it's easy to test for and treat if you suspect you or your children have strep. An easy way to check is to look down in the throat for redness or white streaking. And get ready to spring forward this weekend. Daylight saving time is Sunday, so be sure to set your clocks ahead 1 hour before you go to bed on Saturday. Experts say planning ahead is a key to feeling less tired with the time change. Try going to bed and waking up 15 minutes earlier than usual in these days leading up to daylight savings. That way your body can slowly adjust to the earlier start. Now to an update on our Day of the Warmth event. Last night, it's a big moment. Our viewers really showed up. We collected more than $42,000 for those in need across the state. News 3 Now partnered with Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool, and the phones were ringing all day. The telethon may be over, but you can still donate. Check out the link on our website. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. How General Motors is looking to cut costs as it transitions to electric, and American Airlines makes an offer to its pilots. That's coming up in the Money Watch Report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
In need of home repairs? From stairs and railings to roofing and plumbing, Habitat Dane County works alongside families to ensure safe, stable housing for years to come. Qualifications are based on income, need, and willingness to partner. Don't delay. Apply today.
Two candidates for Supreme Court. Two very different beliefs. Judge Janet Protasewicz. She believes women should have the freedom to make their own decisions on abortion. Extremist Dan Kelly. He supports the 1849 law that takes away women's rights and criminalizes abortion, even in cases of rape, incest, and health of the mother. So who represents you? An extremist or a common sense judge? Vote by April 4th.
It's Stop the Madness Month. If your energy bills are too high, stop the madness. If your comfort is out of balance and you go straight from heat to AC, stop the madness. If you've had it with outside noise, stop the madness. Get insulated now and save up to $2,000 with the energy tax credit plus our madness discount. But the clock runs out at the end of the month, so call today.
USA Insulation.
Experience does count. When you're shopping for new furniture, a mattress set, or flooring, come to the experts at McGann Furniture and Flooring in Baraboo. Our experienced staff is well trained in home decorating and will answer all your questions so you can buy with confidence. You'll find big city selection and an enjoyable shopping experience. And remember, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. Come see the difference experience can make at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
General Motors is offering buyouts to most salaried workers and some executives. The move comes as the company tries to bring down costs and transition to electric vehicles. GM intends to cut costs by $2 billion by the end of next year. Of GM's 58,000 salaried workers in the U.S., the buyout offer will be extended to white-collar workers who've been with the company at least 5 years and executives who've worked at least 2. Pilots for American Airlines are being offered a raise and better retirement benefits. The airline CEO says he'll match a recently approved contract Delta gave its pilots. The 4-year deal would eventually give senior captains on planes like the Boeing 777 roughly $600,000 a year in salary and retirement plan contributions. Yesterday, the Allied Pilots Association said its board voted unanimously to open a strike center and asked members about authorizing a walkout. And an important recall to tell you about. More than 3 million Calico Critters animal figures and sets sold with a bottle and pacifier are being recalled because they could cause children to choke. There have been at least 3 incidents, including 2 children who've died. Parents are urged to take the toys away from their kids right away. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrial is down 102 points. The NASDAQ off 93. The S&P 500 down 22. The U.S. economy added 311,000 jobs in February, higher than economists predicted. It's a drop from January's blockbuster jobs report that brought 504,000 positions. The Federal Reserve has been battling for almost a year to slow the economy and crush the highest inflation in 40 years, but the labor market continues to defy those efforts. Next to noon, Pam has today's egg prices, and Greg has details on the possibility of more snow. Yes. And then later today on Live at 4, we go center stage with Belleville High School's production of The Addams Family, opening this weekend. It's coming up at 4.
All you have to do is point.
Yes!
1-800-GOT-JUNK can make it disappear.
And that's why they all start dancing.
Woo!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy?
Everybody knows that you need to glow, the glow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
Because when you got the glow, there is no stopping what you want to do. Oh.
And I can bring a friend.
It's the way of life.
Okay, sign me up.
Sign up for the PF Black Card for $1 down, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends March 15th. It's glow time.
Keep your pup happy and healthy with Menards. Greenies Dental Dog Treats help prevent gum disease, freshen breath, and are fortified with vitamins and minerals to ensure balanced nutrition. A value pack of Greenies Dental Dog Treats are $39.98. Plus, save an additional 11%. Clean up your garage with Libman Cleaning Supplies. The 18-inch push broom comes in smooth, rough, and multi-surface models to accommodate your cleaning needs. Right now, it's $8.89 after rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Sexual assault of an 11-year-old. No prison time. He raped a military veteran, left her for dead. Just 2.5 years. Raped a mentally disabled 14-year-old. Probation. How the heck did this happen? Janet Protasewicz.
If you could go back in time, would you have ruled any differently?
I would say no. Really? No time in prison? I would say no. Protasewicz set violent criminals free. Again and again. Tell Judge Protasewicz, stop protecting criminals.
All you have to do is point.
Yes!
1-800-GOT-JUNK can make it disappear.
And that's why they all start dancing.
Woo!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Do you hear that? That's the sound of Patti LaBelle taking over my show. Whoa! You turned this place out. Then a magical music moment with Mama Patti.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. News 3 Now, First Warn Weather. When severe weather is on the way, find out first with Madison's certified most accurate forecast. Trust our team to keep you informed before, during, and after. First Warn Weather, keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. You get your shoveling done?
Well, I got to give a shout out. I wouldn't be here if my neighbor Steve didn't take care of the last ridge that the plow just brought around about an hour and a half ago. I questioned whether I was going to be moving. So thank you, Steve, in my cul-de-sac. You are a blessed man. I appreciate you. That snow is a lot heavier than you think, folks. So do be careful and give yourself time. The weather did not impact the announcement of the next set of candidates to become our 76th Alice in Dairyland. They made the announcement about 45 minutes ago down in Delavan. Walworth County is going to be hosting the finale in May. The 6 finalists that will be vying to be our 76th Alice include Ashley Hagnow from Poynette, currently a senior at University of Minnesota, studying agriculture, communications, and marketing. Shannon Lamb from Dane. She's got a Bachelor of Science in Soil and Crop Science and Environmental Horticulture from UW-Platteville. She's currently attending the University of Missouri for her master's. Shannon Lamb from Dane. Lydia Lipke from Kiel is a dairy kid that went to school at UW Green Bay for biology and chemistry, and now is at UW River Falls for ag business. Jackie Rosenbush is our current, was our current fairest of the fair from Sorona. She's currently at UW River Falls, ag education. Jody Weiland from Neenah grew up on a dairy farm in the area, and she's been at Fox Valley Technical College, now employed as an agronomist with Tilth Agronomy. And the 6th candidate, Charity Seebecker from Boston, who happens to be one of my assistants. So we will see how it all plays out. Again, they are down in Walworth County today and tomorrow getting oriented on the program, and then the finale will wrap up the event again back in Walworth County in the month of May. Barrel cheese today up 3.5 at $1.77. 40-pound block cheese down 4.5 at $1.78. Double A butter unchanged $2.33 per pound. So I'm leaving this weather to go to Iceland. By tomorrow we'll be on the ground in Reykjavik.
It's probably warmer there than here.
It is not, buddy.
No.
I'm taking Long Johns, dude.
All right, well, have a good trip.
Follow me on Facebook. I'll try to put pictures up.
All right, get a volcano shot.
Yeah.
All right.
Yikes. Okay.
Have a good trip, Pam. We'll see you when you get
Thanks.
back. In the world of competitive sports, there's one considered a cut above the rest. It's all about fleecing the competition, as CBS's Ian Lee shows us.
In a country like New Zealand, where sheep outnumber people 5 to 1, someone was bound to turn it into a competition. It takes sheer tenacity and perseverance if you want to win here. Only the best sheep shearers gather for the annual Golden Shears competition.
You need to be fit, but in your body physically, but you also need to have the mental
strength as well to be able to pull you through.
Competitors race to give 8 sheep a close shave. And the skill isn't for the faint of heart, considered by many as the toughest job on the farm.
It's unbelievable pressure put on your body and the energy levels you use.
The fleece flies as competitors then separate the wool. Kieran Herbert says she learned her shearing skills from some true legends.
You know, some of them are gone now. You know, they're up in the heavens. They were here, they'll be kicking our butts.
They finish by sweeping the floor of the competition and the wool before someone is crowned the sharpest shearer in the land. Ian Lee, CBS News.
The sheep shearing competition has taken place in March every year since 1961. Let's check back now with Greg for the complete forecast. More snow on the way.
More snow on the way, but it is March, so the good thing is once we start going, it can compress and melt fairly quick. Current snow depth, a lot of this down here is new snow, so you look at a pretty good wide swath of about 4 to maybe 8 inches across south central, southwestern Wisconsin, almost 10 plus as you go closer to Lake Michigan too. So that's what we're looking at right now. Much further to the north, that's this current snowpack going on. So a good amount of snow that we got for March, quite a bit of water, but we do have an alert day for the next round. It comes tomorrow night through Sunday. Lesser amounts, 2 to 4 more southern Wisconsin. This is going to be for north central and northern Wisconsin, more significant snow. But still, travel impacts will be expected with this amount of snow coming through. So once again, as we break this down, it looks like the light snow starts spreading west to east across the area after about 3 p.m. tomorrow. It may take time to get to Madison and maybe after 5 or so. Not expecting a big period of heavy snow with this. It's mainly just a long period of light, maybe moderate snow, but I think just light snow. Overnight, 1 to 2, maybe 1 to 3 inches as we go through. For your Sunday, looks like snow continues all day. Oops, small day continues right there. Steady light snow continues to go on. Periods of light snow or showers throughout the day, and we might pick up another inch or so for Sunday, but I think it won't be a significant event. But once again, travel impacts come Sunday morning, Saturday night for most areas, something to keep in mind of. Right now, these 2 lows that we're tracking are really part of the system that's impacted California. As you see over time, they're going to track basically 1 to the south and then 1 slowly up to the north, which is going to cause some blizzard conditions and some really nasty conditions as you go up to northern Minnesota. That's what we're seeing by Sunday as they come down here, the position of them. So that's a tracking of where we are. They're not going to be as powerful as they hit California, but they are going to provide the snow. As we time out the conditions through this afternoon, just a few flurries here and there. We might see some breaks in the clouds, getting the temperatures right around freezing. And then overnight time, we'll see a brief break in the clouds, as you can see there, about 6 a.m. as you wake up, maybe mid-20s most locations with that east wind. But the clouds will come right back in the picture, the high clouds, as that system begins to approach. A lot of this snow by 12 to 3 probably won't be hitting the ground quite yet, but it'll spread across the area. By 4, I think most areas will start seeing some light snow, especially further west and south. And then you see the darker blue begins to push over across the area probably towards Saturday evening and through Saturday night. But you're not going to see a real heavy amount of snow, just a continuous light snow going on, probably Saturday evening through Saturday night. As we get to Sunday morning, we'll start seeing that pause, that break from west to east potentially, and we'll start seeing it lighten up towards your Sunday afternoon. But we have another system further to the north that may have a little bit of wraparound snow coming Sunday, and that keeps it going. Overall snow amounts, once again, 1 to 3, borderline 3 to 6 for Madison. I think they'll be closer to the 3 to 4 inch range. As you go further north, it gets much more significant, especially north of Black River Falls, and even further north where they can see 6+ inches. So that's going to be more significant up to there. Much less as you go closer to the south, maybe Janesville, an inch or 2, and even south of that, not in the way of much of snow. As we talked about that wraparound coming through, as you see, it's going to come through Sunday. So Sunday, once again, we could see some showers continuing all day with a little bit of an inch of snow coming through as it cleans up. And then probably coming into Monday, we should be drying out a little bit. So once again, another round of snow coming. 2 to 4 inches, not as much as we expect with this current system, but still impact your travel plans Saturday evening and maybe Sunday morning too with road conditions. Other than that, you're moving your clock forward. We start off the next week cold, and then we want mild up with maybe some rain coming by midweek again as we get back up into the mid-40s. Average temperature right now should be about the low 40s for highs.
All right, get ready for more.
Another round.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Fry Construction invites you to celebrate spring with our big spring thaw sale. We're talking about savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board with our spring thaw sale. Save 23% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
All right, team, we got a big project coming up. And it all starts with ordering promotional products.
I'm on it. 4imprint makes it easy to get the logoed products you're looking for. The latest in apparel, drinkware, bags, high-tech items, and more. You can be certain of getting it right at 4imprint.com.
Come on out. I'm on it.
4imprint for certain.
Remember this, and the false elector scheme. In Wisconsin, extremist Dan Kelly was the right-wing lawyer behind the scenes of it all. The bipartisan January 6th Commission revealed Kelly advised Trump operatives as special counsel to overturn the will of the people and overthrow the election results. Kelly even went on tour promoting the big lie. On April 4th, vote like democracy depends on it, because it does.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Today I want to talk about a veggie that is often overlooked, but once it's discovered, or shall I say rediscovered, it becomes a new favorite. What is it? It's beets. Let me show you how to cook them. I start by cutting off the tops and trimming the bottoms and placing the bulbs in a pot of water. To that, I add some vinegar, a good amount of sugar, and a bit of salt. After it comes to a boil, I'll let it simmer for about a half an hour or so until the beets are tender. After removing them and letting them cool slightly, I peel them with a knife. And as you can see, it's a good idea to wear gloves so your fingers don't turn beet red. Now we can slice or dice them and serve them on our salads. Or we can cut them into strips and add them back into the sweet and tangy broth that we cooked them in. And after this cools, we end up with a chilled soup that's surprisingly refreshing. Maybe serve this with a boiled potato, some chopped cucumbers and onions, and a dollop of sour cream. 1 spoonful of this old world classic, and you'll know why this recipe has stood the test of time. To get the recipe for our homemade beet borscht, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an unbeatable way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Here's Greg now with one final check of the forecast.
Yeah, just a reminder, we have a first alert day coming up for tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night for snow. Once again, 2 to 4 inches, not what we saw last time, but I think the impact will still be there, especially as you go further north of the area. There's your snow amounts. As you go further north, once again, could get higher amounts, 1 to 3 south, and your travel impacts once again. Just remember, Saturday night, probably be snow-covered roads with improvements Sunday.
All right, and turn your clocks ahead 1 hour.
Don't forget that, too.
All right, Greg, thank you. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.